there's never a time frame to say after 10 years you will heal. The pain will always be there. You should just learn to live with the pain. Yeah. Welcome back to your favorite channel. Welcome back home, guys. If you are new on this channel, please do join by just subscribing on the red button there. Just press red and join our beautiful family. I share my journey on entrepreneurship, motherhood, dating and marriage, and anything that is interesting. So today we are at our little corner where when you see us on this corner, you know that we're going deeper, and we just want to be ourselves. So today I want to talk about um, losing a parent, or grieving. Yeah, I want to talk about the pain of losing a parent, my personal experience, um, how I handle each day, and how I find comfort in accepting reality. So I lost my mom in 2006. This is about what, 18 years ago. I lost my mom 18 years ago. Um, I was in grade 6, and that time I didn't know a lot of things. Like, I didn't know the meaning of death. And okay, so let me take you back. On the day, my mom wasn't feeling well for quite some time, and on the day when I went to school, like, I left here, like, while she was waiting for an ambulance, and then I went to school. And then I remember when I was in class with others, we were sitting on the table, and I just started crying. And my classmates asked, "Why are you crying?" But then I didn't explain. I actually don't know why I was crying. And then when I was on my way back from school, like, we would walk with a team of other girls and boys, and then now it was I took my route, like, to go home. I just started walking, and I just started crying. I don't know why I was crying, but I could feel that something was wrong. But I don't know what it was. I could just feel that something was wrong. So when I got home, that's when they told me that my mom is passed on. So that time you cry, maybe because everyone is crying, and maybe because I was just young. I was in grade 6. I had an idea of what death was, but the deeper of knowing that I would never see this person again, I didn't have that knowledge. So um time went on. People say time heals, but you get to fill the gap as you grow. As you grow, from the time maybe you graduate, the time you start working, the time you start achieving certain things, the first things that comes to your mind is, I wish my mother was alive. When you're going through something, maybe something bad, or just going through a rough phase in life, the first thing that comes to your mind is, I wish my mother was alive. So there isn't really a time frame to say time heals, because it's been 18 years. If time really healed, I'm sure by now I wouldn't be maybe talking about it or crying when I talk about it or missing her. But as you grow, as you start experiencing like the reality of life, you wish she was alive. But then I have learned that I have to be very gentle with myself. I have to be patient with myself. I have to know that it is normal to feel sad whenever I feel sad when I think about her. It is normal to feel sad. It is normal for me to cry maybe when I think about her. And you know that thing, because some people will say, you know what, it's been 18 years, you shouldn't be thinking about her. Some will say maybe it's 5 years or 10 years. When they see you crying, they think maybe you are exaggerating, which is not it. There is nothing, guys, that can ever replace a parent, or on my side, um, a mother's love. So I remember when I gave birth to my son, um, it it was a joyful moment. Everyone was happy. I was happy. But there was a moment when I thought, I wish she was alive. And I could break down and think, okay, maybe if she was here, I could have been with her. She could have seen my child. She could have maybe assisted me with the child. And even if you have family and friends, on my side, I had great family. I still have a great supportive system. But there will be that thing, Jay, that will be missing. And there is nothing that can ever, there is nothing that can ever replace uh, that missing puzzle. There is nothing. And I think it's just praying, asking for God's comfort, knowing that we have a loving God, knowing that God cares about us, and just accepting that is the reality of life, and just accepting that we are all going to die sometime, and um, it's just unfortunate that she was she decided to leave first, but maybe accepting that that's what is there and that's how things are. But I'm telling you, the moment you said you think if she was there, the moment she was going to cry with me or she was going to comfort me, the moment you are happy, you think, what if she was there with me, I was going to be happy with her. So there is no moment really that you can say I'm over a grief of a parent, a mother, a father, or a loved one. And some things that you can do, because some they get into depression, and I would advise you that if you can go for professional therapy, it can also help. If maybe you can, if you cannot afford a professional therapist, you can look for someone, maybe a friend, or maybe some church members, or maybe a close relative who is nice. Maybe you can talk to them and you express how you feel. I think, yeah, if you really need someone, you look for someone that you can talk to, someone that you can open up and tell them how you feel exactly. Don't boil up things inside and say, I'm not going to talk about this, I'm not going to talk about this loss, I'm not going to share this experience with anyone, because it will kill you inside. And but back then I used to avoid my mother's birthday. I just didn't want to know about it or to think about it. But as I grew now, I started appreciating, say, okay, I cannot be avoiding or saying on her birthday I shut things out all the time. What can I do better? Maybe let me start celebrating her life, what I could have done when she was alive, and then just rejoicing, thanking God for the time that I had her. And sometimes when I'm feeling low or whenever I'm happy and I feel like I want to talk to her, I just, maybe in my heart, I just pass a message and say, oh, mom, you know what? And recently I went back home. I visited where she is resting, and it was a good feeling. I went there, we cleaned, we swept, and everything. And just knowing that she's there, she's resting. It's sad, but it's the reality of life. Just be gentle with yourself. If you feel like crying, it's okay. If you there's no time, there's no time frame to say you have healed. There's never a time frame to say after 10 years you will heal. The pain will always be there. You should just learn to live with the pain. Yeah, that's all I can say. um we smile, like now it's Christmas, people, they are visiting family, they're going to their homes, it's family time. I thank God I have a beautiful family, but sometimes you wish if she was there. So I just want to share with someone that it is okay to grieve. There's no time frame to say after 5, 10, 15, 20 years. On my side it's 18 years now, but it pains me, but you have to live with it. And if you know someone who has lost a loved one, if you see them breaking down, don't judge them. Don't, because you don't know the pain that they have. All you can do is to support them, all you can do is to be gentle with them, all you can do is to just listen to what they have to say and give it time. We just learn to live with it. That's all I can say. We just learn to live with it. When we are happy, we miss them, we miss our loved ones. When we are sad, we we miss our loved ones. So yeah, that's life. That's a life of losing a loved one. You miss them all the time. When you're happy, you miss them. When you are sad, you miss them. That's the reality of it. That's all I can say in a nutshell. There's never a time frame to say you need 5 to 10 years to heal. No. You learn. You learn to live with it. It's life. There's nothing we can do. You cannot change it. They cannot come back. Sad reality. So be gentle with yourself. Just embrace the time that you had with them. Just celebrate the time that you had with your loved one. And if it's also an important um, thing to know that if you still have your parents, appreciate them, love them. Whoever you love them to the fullest. Well, at least you still have them, because life can happen, and once you lose a loved one, you never get them back. It's said that way, but it's the truth. So yeah, be gentle with yourself. Time doesn't heal. We learn to live with the pain.